We play.
We fight.
We conquer.
Welcome to the Freak Show, where our one rule is, if you see an alien, shoot first and never ask questions later. I am your host today, Bumpy McSquigums. It is time, ladies and gentlemen. It is time. I've waited so long. Xenonauts 2. Xenonauts 2, it's by Goldhawk Interactive. Hooded Horse releases today, July 18th, 2023, into Steam Early Access. A big shout out and a thank you to Goldhawk Interactive and Hooded Horse for hooking me up with the code for this. It means a lot, and I am very, very appreciative of it. Super excited. I've been waiting for this for a very, very, very long time. As you may or may not know, back in the day, Goldhawk Interactive took a chance on me, and I was very, very, very new. It was nearly 10 years ago at this point, and I had like 77 subscribers. They took a chance on me, sent a code my way, and I dove into the world of Xenonauts in early access, and I started up my adventures. I think early access was ending in just a few weeks, so my initial start in early access, which carried over to the main game being fully released, gave me more visibility than people who covered it just on release. And it basically was the game that launched the channel, so to speak. So from 77 subscribers to the end of my Xenonauts, what I felt was like pulling people in, was about 1,200. I mean, that is a massive increase. And while a lot of people are like, it's nothing, I don't care. It was huge for me. It was massive. I think only one or two other games have even sort of came close to reaching those levels of growth for me, and that would be the Heroes of Might Magic 7, of course, or Might Magic Hero 7, and Battle Brothers are probably the two that were the biggest to contribute on top of Xenonauts. So Xenonauts, big deal for me. I'm very beholden myself. I mean, they don't request anything or what have you from me, but I feel I always got to do my best and my brightest to try to elevate Goldhawk Interactive, because they did take that chance on me. So I am eternally grateful, and I'm super happy to be able to dive into Xenonauts 2. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of changes and things going on in the game. We're going to run through the tutorial. We're going to probably play this pretty heavily through its early access days, and then we're gonna start fresh, I guess, upon the actual release of the game. So I'm very, very excited for that. I hope you guys are all super excited and on board for that. Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty lengthy intro here, but it's gonna be fine, because we're gonna go through like all the different difficulty settings and all sorts of stuff. So all that being said, again, thank you to Hooded Horse and Goldhawk Interactive for giving me the code for this. It means the world, and let's get started. All right, new campaign is named Sort Saves. It has no effect on the thing, so cool. Sure, I'll be Black King. That's cool. I think I've seen one other game do this recently. It's an interesting thought. Alright, so we have Recruit, Soldier, Veteran, Commander, and Custom. I think how I'm going to run this, and I'll go through each of these to see what changes, but I think how I'm going to run this is I am probably going to go with Soldier, and then, depending on how good or bad I do, I may up it to Veteran at some point, like when the official game is out, if we start a new one or what have you. So that is a potential plan. We'll see. As much as the game is incredible and I love it and all the other stuff, accolade, it's tough. It's real tough. So, especially starting off. So I don't know that I'm going to be able to survive or handle RNG in a soldier setting, let alone in like veteran or higher. So again, we'll see. Alright, looks like, we'll play through the introduction. This campaign begins a tutorial mission that explains basic controls and events leading up to the start of the game. Unchecking, we'll skip the tutorial and also disable all introductory tooltips, and we'll introduce more advanced mechanics as you continue to play. Recommend doing it your first time through. Alright, cool. Yep, that's fine. Not going to do Iron Man mode. I am going to try to live with my mistakes, unless I do something silly on purpose, which I did near the end of the Xenonauts 1 campaign. I like having that freedom, or if I end up losing footage or do something stupid, I can always go back and replay. So, yeah, sometimes things get corrupted or whatever. There's recording mistakes or what have you. Anyway, let's see what the difficulties bring. So, with Recruit, we start off with $3 million and a starting panic of 10. Our monthly funding is 120%. And enemy quantity is reduced. Enemy accuracy modifier 85%. Can we just like lower this down to... Oh, I can't get any lower than that. Can we just lower that down to 5% and just breeze through it? Because I'm here for that now. Soldier survival chance. You have a 25% chance after getting shot and voided, essentially murdered, that we could actually survive it. Cool. Show enemy health, show inflicted damage, allow auto-resolve air combat, free attack rotation. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Oh, it tells me. Soldiers will... Hold on. Soldiers will automatically rotate toward their target before firing a weapon at them. This option controls whether this automatic rotation consumes time units or not. I hope that turns off in the next setting. We'll see. Disabling this option returns to the classic XCOM Xenonauts mechanics, but demands much more mental calculation from players. Armor destroyed on death. No. Dynamic UFO health. Okay. And achievement difficulty would be recruit. Alright. Checking this. 500,000 less money. Starting panic is 1.5 times. Or, sorry. 250% increased because it was at 10 and now it's... I think that's how that works. I can't do math right now. It's fine. 110%, normal, 100%, 15%. Okay. Rotation. I feel like that should just not be there. I'm going to leave it the way it is in their preset things. But I think I would prefer that to be off, even at the soldier level. Alright. Veteran. 2 million. 40 starting panic. Oh, that's rough. 100% increased enemy quantity. They're 10% more accurate. We have 5% less chance to survive. We don't get to see enemy health. Free attack rotation's gone. Armor will be destroyed on death. Okay. And then commander. Oh, I like that. I didn't even notice this. You get little changes on your character there. That's pretty sweet. Again, 2 million, same as veteran. 10 more panic. Excessive amount of enemies. 10% more accurate. If a soldier dies, it dies. There's no chance that it'll still be alive at the end of it. We don't get to see enemy health or the damage. We cannot auto-resolve air combat. Of course, there's no free attack rotation. And armor destroyed on death and dynamic UFO health. Yeah. 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 Alright, so, my only... Again, I realize that people probably would prefer it this way. I feel like this is what I consider the normal difficulty of the game. This is essentially what the developers intend most people to play it on, right? Soldier difficulty. I feel like the free attack rotation should be off on this difficulty. I know we can do custom and I can turn it off. I'm going to roll with it, but I do hope that they change that in the future because while this is fine, I guess it makes it more accessible to people. But I don't like the free attack rotation. But that's neither here nor there. All right. We've spent about 7.5 minutes babbling. Let's get into the game proper.
The year is 2009.
Yeah, it is.
The world teeters on the brink of nuclear war. Tensions between capitalist and communist nations are at boiling point. Every opportunity for peace has failed, as if an invisible hand inexorably steers humanity towards annihilation. We Xenonauts know the truth. The dark forces poisoning our politics are not human in origin, and we must protect our planet against this extraterrestrial threat however we can. After years spent gathering information on an enemy that few believe exist, we are finally ready to strike back. The war for our future begins now.
Sweet. I mean, I don't know how they... again, I don't know how this correlates with what happened in Xenonauts 1. If this is like just basically Xenonauts 1 upgraded, as far as storyline-wise goes, I'm not real sure, because the events of 1, if they did exist, people should 100% know that aliens are a thing. So, yeah, I'm not really sure, again, how they correlate to one another. So I love that we have our little mini game that we get to do with the air combat, air-to-air combat. I know when I started off in Xenonauts 1 that I was very, 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 very bad at it. So I just started auto-calcing everything. And that worked for a while, and then I finally decided to get good, as the kids say. I decided to actually learn how to do it, and I don't remember how to do it at all. So we're going to have to start from scratch on that front. But it was much better once you started learning how to do it and you actually were able to do it properly. I was able to do much, much more. So there might be the urge to just auto-calc stuff, but I highly recommend that you actually learn to do it, because it's very, 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 very beneficial. All right, so welcome to Xenonauts 2. In Xenonauts 2, you control a secret organization attempting to protect the world from alien invasion. This short tutorial will explain the basic controls and the events leading up to the start of the campaign. Woohoo! Yeah. Tooltips 1 through 3 here. This game features nested tooltips that allow players to access further information where desired. Oh, okay. Anywhere there's a text link, simply hover over the link and an additional tooltip will pop up. Spawn further nest. Oh god, we're going into rabbit holes here. Oh, I'm terrified. However, the tooltips disappear when you move your mouse. You must lock them in place before you can do this. Oh, what is it? By clicking it? Middle mouse button, or simply wait 3 seconds and then probably a circle on the top right. Oh, that's cool. Okay, that's an interesting way to do things. I like that. I never thought of that before. So, for folks who don't know, I have my nice mouse here. It's an okay mouse. I'm gonna get an older variant of. Basically, I have a mouse that I love. They changed the model. It was pretty much the same. It was a little louder and some other stuff. They stopped making that, so now I have like the closest variant to that, and it's just not that good. A lot less options. But whenever I go on my vacation in November, I'm going to get another old. It doesn't matter. My mouse is incredibly. It's a high-end gaming mouse, but it's incredibly sensitive. I have the sensitivity set up to like 6200 DPI. It's just outrageous, and I have like all normal acceleration, everything on. So it is very, very, very sensitive. So when I have to hover over tooltips, even just like removing my hand from the mouse is enough to like wiggle it away. So the fact that this locks on is really cool. I'm sorry, this is just for me. Me personally, I love this. I love this idea, this concept. If I go away, it does. So if I do this, it'll lock, and then if I stay within that window, it'll be fine. So now it's fine. If I stay within this window, once it locks, it's fine. All right. Well done. You've mastered the nested tooltips. All right, cool. All right. My work on our radar array is now complete. Okay. Theoretically, we should now be capable of tracking any alien UFOs passing within radar range of the facility. Thank God. It's not exactly been easy to borrow all the things you've been asking for. Hardly my concern. We must all achieve the impossible if we are to triumph over the extraterrestrials. Yeah, very inspirational. So, what's the plan now? Well, we wait. An alien craft should pass within range in the next few days, probably. At that point, the commander takes over. That'd be me. Good luck, Commander. It's me. Alright, the blue circle around the base indicates the radar range of the facility. UFOs flying into this area will be detected and can be attacked using the interceptor aircraft. Alright, so there's a pause somewhere, right? Spacebar. These buttons control the flow of time. On the geoscape, the time is currently passing at slow speed, but nothing is currently occurring, which increases flow time to make it, button for the fastest speed. Alright, well, I guess we're going to do that then. And then we're going to see something pop up. Politicians assassinated. So we're going to see things that are happening. And apparently there's even a tracker down here that tells us a little bit more. Soviet Union, political fallout likely to advance alien interests. North American fallout, yep. Alright, the two anomalies on the map may signify hostile action that has raised local panic. They're not interactive, but they may indicate the presence of a possibly hidden problem in the affected region. So you can technically launch, if I recall correctly, you can technically launch your like aircraft or even your landing craft out beyond radar range. I don't know. We'll see. We'll let them explain everything here. At the start of the game, these are usually caused by cleaner activity. However, UFOs will also generate anomalies as they fly around the map. Yeah. All right, UFO number 1 detected. It's a small one. There is no escort. Its speed is 1800. The altitude is high and the heading is west. Okay, your radar has detected a UFO. Shooting it down will prevent it from causing panic in the local region and may spawn a UFO crash site tactical mission that allows you to recover valuable alien technology. And of course, if you shoot them down, there is generally less aliens to deal with when you do go to said crash site, because they, many of them die in the crash. But also, if they do crash, you are going to get less valuable alien technology in general because the ship is damaged and so on and so forth. If you're able to go and find a ship that has landed, in general, it's a better plan, but also harder to do. Click whatever havoc they decide to wreak while they're flying around, you just have to put up with. So, again, there's some trade-offs there. Click the Launch Interceptors button to get your fighters ready for action. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, we're sending out Angel 1 and Angel 2 from Central Base. Okay. Launch aircraft. This panel allows you to select the aircraft to be launched at the target. Up to 3 aircraft can be formed into a squadron, but you currently only have 2. These have been selected for you automatically, so press the launch. Got it. Alright, and here we go. We are at 94% fuel. Neither of our ships have armor. We have 100 health each, and 100 weapon, and 1-in-1 weapons. Okay, auto-resolve. Oh, it's going to make me auto-resolve? Boo. Fine. Your interceptors have reached the UFO and are ready to initiate air combat. In the final game, this tutorial will explain the basics of air combat, but that part of the game is currently relatively unpolished, so we'll simply auto-resolve the battle. Unresolve it. But I wants to kill it. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so again, you absolutely can auto-resolve. That is fine, but you could usually have better results if you fight it yourself and you get used to how it works. I actually don't know if there's changes or sweeping changes with the air-to-air combat in Xenonauts 2 versus Xenonauts 1. So, and I also haven't played Xenonauts 1 like a lot since maybe the first year it came out. So there's definitely been updates and a lot of stuff has been probably added in and changed and patched and modified and tweaked. So it'd be a completely different scenario than what I remember. All right, ignore and fight battle manually. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I didn't know you could do. Oh, that's cool. Was that always an option? I don't think that was an option before. If the results of the auto-resolve air combat battle shown above are not acceptable, this button allows the player to discard auto-resolve results and fight the interception manually instead. Cool. UFO has been successfully shot down. If you're unhappy with the results, you could fight the battle manually and try to obtain a better result. Instead, press the accept. Alright, I am going to follow the tutorial for now. Crash site. This crashed UFO is likely to contain valuable alien technology and resources. Deploying a combat team to eliminate any surviving extraterrestrials at the crash site will allow recovery to begin. Okay, we will do that. Oh, another thing, if you are chasing down stuff and you want to at least try to attempt a crash site, you need to make sure that the UFOs are over land when you actually engage them. If they're over the ocean or water, they will just go down and you will not be able to actually go after them. So something to think about. A tactical mission is any battle where your soldiers engage hostile forces in turn-based combat. UFO crash sites are a common type of tactical mission and allow you to capture alien technology for your research efforts. Press the launch combat. Let's do it. Alright, so the Skyhawk is going to be coming out. You can launch dropships in the same way as your interceptors. As your Skyhawk, a dropship is already selected. Let's do it. Alright. And now we get to bring our people along. Tactical mission. 3 of 3. This screen allows you to change the soldiers and equipment aboard the dropship being launched. However, let's simply press the launch dropship button and proceed to tactical combat. Okay, we can do that. All right, you can see over here, these are the various different weapons that we have. These are all the tier 1 weapons. There's going to be equipment and modules. And then I'm going to guess just, yeah, different classes here that we have going. Are we bringing 9 people along this initial mission? All right. All right, accept the current soldier equipment loadouts and launch. All right, let's do it. Oh, I like it. That sounds ominous. It is. Every cleaner cell in the region is deploying tactical teams. No prizes for guessing where they're headed. Time for us to leave. Wonderful. Just what my research efforts needed. I suggest you recall your soldiers, Commander. We need to hold the perimeter until everyone can get away. Indeed. Try not to get killed. You seem less mediocre than your predecessor. Yeah, good luck, Commander. We're counting on you. Thank you. So if you guys have never played Xenonauts, the original, it's still incredible. I do still highly recommend you go play it, but grab Xenonauts 2. I'm sure it's going to be every bit as good as the original, and probably some innovations and changes that are even better. So I don't know. I haven't got to play 2 as much yet. So it is essentially very much described as, and I agree with, a spiritual successor. It's a term that is used way too often and very incorrectly most of the time, but it actually fits this. The original XCOM games before XCOM Enemy Unknown and the new variants had come out in what, like 2012 or 11 or whatever it was. The old school XCOM games like XCOM UFO Defense and so on and so forth. They had action points and all the stuff that they got, and the further along you got, you had to build your different stats up, including like every step was a certain amount of action points, every action had a certain amount of action points, and as you built that up, you were able to like move over here and then take a shot and then move another spot and hide and so on and so forth. Whereas they really simplified it down in a lot of games that have come since, to where you have like 2 action points. One is move and one is shoot. Or if you shoot, you end your turn, and then there's like modifiers and stuff for that. This goes back to the old school. I believe they use what's called time units, which is AP. And as you gain levels and you get stronger and better and so on and so forth, you actually gain time units. So you might start off at 60, but by the time you're at the end game, or maybe a couple hours in, if your units survive that point, they're gonna have like 100, and they're gonna be able to basically do almost double what they were doing before. So it's really cool, and the more you do certain things, the more your stats will improve. Like the more you shoot, even if you miss a whole bunch at the early stages, you're gonna start getting accuracy bonuses, and you're gonna start being able to shoot better. If you spend all your AP running a whole bunch, you're going to get additional movement and so on. Like there's a bunch of stuff that you're going to be able to do. If you overload your characters, you're going to be able to hold more equipment because their strength is increasing. So like it's a really, 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 really well done system that they had in place. I'm hoping to see a lot of that stuff return in Xenonauts 2. And I'm hoping, like I said, a bunch of other innovations and just really good stuff. So I apologize that I keep kind of breaking from this and going back to other things to talk about this stuff, but I'm really excited. The Xenonauts 2, it's finally into Steam Early Access. Everybody can get their hands on it, they can play it. And, I've been waiting for Xenonauts 2 for a very long time. I was fortunate enough to cover it back on, it was like Turn-Based Thursdays event last December. I got to cover Xenonauts 2's demo. It was a lot of fun. And here we are. All right, camera tactical can be controlled several ways. WASD are the arrow keys. Q and E to rotate. Yep. You can change the height level. Oh, how do we do the scroll wheel? Okay. That's not zooming in and out, by the way. Each unit in tactical combat uses time units to perform actions. These are refreshed each turn and are shared between all types of actions. Yep, for example, a soldier that spends all their time units on movement would be unable to fire their weapon. Yes, exactly. The number of time units a soldier has remaining is indicated by the green bar at the bottom of the UI. This one has 60. Yep. Here they come. Form up and hold the loading bay. Movement. You can plan a movement path for a soldier by left-clicking anywhere on the battlefield. Click the glowing tile to plan the movement. Okay, so that would take 20 AP or TU to get there. The number at the end of the movement path shows how many time units the soldier will have remaining. Oh, sorry. That's how much is left. That's right. They do try to make you have to do the least amount of mental gymnastics as well. They really have put a lot of effort into that. So instead of it going, oh, that's going to cost me 20, that's how much you're going to have if you decide to do whatever you're doing, which I think is a very nice way to do things. All right, left click it again to go and get there. All right, you can rotate without moving by right-clicking anywhere on the battlefield. Cost 1 time unit for every 45-degree rotation. Yep, there it is. Finally, we should order it to crouch. And it makes the soldier harder to hit. It will cost 5 TU to crouch. Is there a button for this? It is C. All right. C to crouch. We have spent all of our time units. I mean, we haven't. There's still 16. So it's time to end the turn. All soldiers will refresh their time units at the start of a new turn. And that's fine. You can have time units left over. I don't believe they're going to you don't get, like, if you have 16 left or whatever, you're not going to then have 60 plus 16. You know, end up with 76 in the next turn. It doesn't work like that. You're only going to refresh up to 60. Now, one of the things that we could do would be Overwatch. But I think Overwatch might be automatic at this point. Units will automatically spend any remaining TU on Overwatch fire during alien's turn if a suitable opportunity arises. Okay. So yeah, it is automatic, it seems. All right, ending turn. Press the button will end your turn and commence the alien's turn, allowing the enemy to move and act. Once the enemy turn is completed, a fresh player turn will begin. If you have any unused soldier, the game will highlight them instead of ending the turn. Right-clicking on the end turn button will skip the check. All right, so the rest of our crew came in. This is, again, all part of the tutorial. Usually your forces are all together and ready to go. Usually on your dropship itself, so you have to come out one at a time, so on and so forth. Hover your mouse over the highlighted enemy to bring up the attack cursor. Now, I also want to point out that this game does something that I love, that a lot of the, we'll say, more modern-based games choose not to do, and I don't know why, or they choose to do something that this game doesn't do, and that is, say I was walking along and we didn't see any of these people, and I walked into range and they didn't just murder me with auto Overwatch, right? And I, like, find an enemy, maybe the enemy's facing a different direction. I could get close enough to the enemy and then start shooting them. And when they are aware of me, they don't just immediately get a free move into cover. That is the most irritating, frustrating thing of all time, and I hate it passionately. If I manage to maneuver my people around, and I can get, you know, oh, look, here's 2, 3, 4, however many people I come across, they shouldn't be like, oh crap, and then just run away. We should be able to fire it. It's supposed to be turn-based combat, yet in so many other games, they just get a free move into cover, and then we're at a disadvantage. If we're able to, you know, sneak forward and scout, and we see these people, we shouldn't be penalized for doing our job correctly, doing it well. I'm just saying. So, I really like the way this game handles that. All right, attacking enemies. Green number on the top, or on the left of the crosshair, indicates the time unit cost of the shot. The white number on the right of the crosshair indicates a hit % chance. Click the enemy to order your soldier to attack. So 28 time units and 85% chance to hit. Okay, we took that shot. You scored a hit and inflicted 30 damage. Weapons will inflict between 50 and 200% of their damage value with each hit, depending on the part of the body that was hit. Your soldier has enough time units to attack again, so fire a second shot at the same target. Okay. We did it! Well done. You have successfully killed an enemy. As your soldier does not have enough TU remaining to perform any further attacks, we will select the next soldier. Press space to mark your current soldier inactive and automatically select the next closest. Oh, that's cool. Hover over the enemy highlighted. Okay. The squares drawn between the soldier. Oh yes, this is the green and then into the yellow. Between the shooter and the target represent the shot path. The path is green where the weapon is within range, but the path turns orange where the yeah, it's like a school bus yellow. We could say that's an orange, I guess. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's more yellow than orange. It doesn't matter. Sorry. I'm getting lost in this stuff. All right. When it's firing beyond its maximum range, weapons will have a lower hit chance and inflict reduced damage when attacking beyond maximum range. Yep, that makes sense. Click the target to attack them. Oh, okay. We missed. Unfortunately, your soldier missed their shot and inflicted no damage. Press space to switch to another active soldier. We really only took one shot with that, huh? Alright. The soldier is armed with a shotgun, which is much more effective at close range. Move the soldier to the highlighted target thing. Okay, got it. We're going to be able to blast this guy. He gonna hurt. Most weapons have several fire modes with varying accuracy and time unit costs. The most expensive fire mode is selected by default when attacking or targeting an enemy, as the more expensive fire modes provide more accuracy per time unit. Yeah, so you'll notice down at the bottom left here that there are various different shots that you can fire. And by default, whenever you hover over it, it's always going to go with the most time unit cost that you can fire, because you're going to have a higher accuracy. Now, at times when maybe you have like a 95 with one or 100 with one and like a 90 with your other one, it might be a better plan to go with a smaller, the smaller TU cost one. That tells you here at the bottom too. Normal shot is 74% accuracy at 40% time units, while snapshot is 40% accuracy and only 28% time units. So now again, your accuracy can get very high, and then those numbers will be a bit different. It's fine. You'll see. All right. The most expensive default time unit. However, at this range, it would be preferable to fire 2 shots at lower accuracy due to the passive short range hit chance bonus on this weapon. Hover over the target and right click to change to the cheaper mode, or the cheaper mode. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, it's just gonna make me do it. All right, so we actually have to fire on him. Can I? It's not gonna let me switch back. All right. And does it tell us on the weapon itself? Oh yeah, it says rely on short range accuracy bonus. Does it tell us what the short range accuracy bonus is? Maybe we just hover over it and it'll tell us more. Sorry. Most weapons receive a hit chance bonus when fired at short range. This applied once for each tile closer than maximum range. For example, a rifle with a range of 20 tiles might have a 2% bonus. A shooter stood 15 tiles from the target would have a 10% hit bonus, and a shooter stood 11 targets from the target would have an 18%. Okay, that makes sense. This is a flat bonus, so it is not affected by the accuracy of the soldier or the accuracy modifier of the weapon. Fire mode. Okay, that makes sense. All right, let's take the shot then. What am I shooting there? What am I targeting there? Why is that different than, I mean, it's the same, but it's like this one's red and this one's not. Whatever. All right, taking a shot. Although sorry, although the shot had a high chance to hit, your soldier still missed. Bad luck will happen in this game, and it's part of the challenge is learning how to best mitigate it when it does occur. In this case, simply attack a second time. Yay! Again, scripted battles, right? Thankfully, you did not have any more bad luck. Spacebar, next soldier. I mean, I would have liked you to have crouched if you could have, but hover over the highlighted enemy. Cover. This shot has a low chance to hit because of things. Because there's a large intervening cover object on the shot path. Full details of how the hit chance is calculated is shown at the bottom right of the screen. Oh, that's cool. In this case, the crates are reduced up by 60%. Only the highest intervening cover value is used to reduce hit chance. Any cover or crouch units adjacent to the shooter are always ignored. Okay. Proceed. Most terrain in Xenonauts 2 is destructible, something that players can use to their advantage. Select the highlighted soldier by clicking on him. Free fire mode will allow soldiers to target anything they want. In this case, use it to destroy the intervening crates. Hold down control, free fire mode, and then click on the crates. Well done. The crates have been destroyed. Now, back to the other soldier. All right? Yeah, there we go. Much higher chance. Click on the enemy to take the shot. Pew! Nice. All right, grenades can be effective at inflicting damage or removing cover in an area. Click the button for the demolition charge to select it as the active weapon. Okay, interesting. Grenades travel on an arc, allowing them to be thrown over cover or walls. Highlight the targeted area, and wow, we can throw that far? Dude, it's real strong. Oh, those guys had a bad day. Alright, your soldier lacks sufficient time units to fire their main weapon, but they have a pistol in their second slot. It can still be fired. Alright, select it. Form attacks with the pistol, allowing them to finish off the wounded cleaners. Click on the highlighted enemy to fire. The low time unit cost for firing the pistol allows your soldier to fire again. And ba-doom! Good work, Commander. Thank you. Press spacebar to select the next active soldier. By the way, if I was doing this mission for real, I would have done almost everything completely different. I don't know that I would have done anything the same way. Alright, our final soldier has a decision to make. Their shotgun is relatively inaccurate at this range, and the target is behind heavy cover. Closing the distance and flanking the target might be beneficial. Using shot preview will allow us to make a decision about whether this would be worthwhile. Click the highlighted tile to plot the move. Interesting. What is this? Shot preview mode will allow you the hit chance and time unit cost for taking the shot at the end of the currently displayed move path. To see the values of your current position, hover over the highlighted enemy. Hold the shift key while hovering over the target to activate shot preview mode. Oh. Oh, that's cool. I like that a lot, actually. Uh-huh. Nice. Congratulations. We did it. Press end turn to end the turn. Oh, they have friends. So many friends. There's too many of them. Oh, that's me. There's too many of them. Fall back to the next room. See, gotta have that manly, gruff voice. Order the selected soldier to move to the highlighted area. Or tile, I suppose. Oh no, okay. Your soldier has just been killed by enemy Overwatch fire. Thanks, tutorial. If a unit ends its turn with enough time units remaining to fire its weapon, it may then perform Overwatch fire during the enemy turn. Suppressing an enemy will prevent Overwatch fire, and flashbangs are a good way to generate suppression. Huh. Select the flashbang and throw it to the highlighted tile. Aha! All of these enemies have now been suppressed. Suppression immediately removes all time units from the selected unit, which prevents them from being able to Overwatch fire, as they can no longer afford to fire their weapon. Suppressed units will also recover 50%, only recover 50% of their normal time units. Oh, cool. Well, an alternative way to avoid losing soldiers in Overwatch fire is to make them harder to hit. Each tile of smoke reduces the hit chance of any shot passing through it, so smoke grenades are an excellent way to protect your soldiers. Select the smoke grenade and throw it at the highlighted tile. Alright. Oh, I've been stunned. Huh. Good work. All enemies are either out of time units suppressed or screened by smoke. Move your soldiers to the highlighted tile to complete the tutorial. Run, man! Regroup at the next position. We need to hold them off until evacuation is complete. Well done. You have completed the tutorial. You are now ready to take on alien invaders in the full campaign. Wow, that was a really quick tutorial. I mean, they did cover all the basics that we needed, other than the air-to-air combat. But they also alluded that the air-to-air combat is still being tweaked and worked on, so it makes sense, I suppose. Why'd you have to kill one of my soldiers? Huh? I didn't appreciate that at all. They had family. They had a kid. Maybe I actually don't know who they were. Couldn't even tell you what their name was. Wasn't paying attention. Ah, Commander. Good of you to finally make an appearance. Apologies for the delay. This place isn't actually... Let's try that again. This place isn't exactly easy to find. Yes, I believe that's rather the point. Commander, glad to see you made it. Welcome to our backup facility. I had a command room and a cache of emergency supplies installed a while back. No getting around the fact that our new home is a derelict nuclear bunker full of 60s era junk, though. I hope you're fine with cold showers, cold food, and, well, cold everything. You don't last long in the military if you're not. What's our status regarding the cleaners? Relocating bought us some time, but they're still after us. If we don't find a way to eliminate them soon, they'll find us and start attacking here, too. That's not good. But they're not even our biggest problem. Indeed. My recent studies suggest once estimated mass is factored in, extraterrestrial activity appears to follow a mathematically predictable pattern. More precisely, exponential growth. And we're nearing the end of the curve. What? The UFOs arriving in our skies will soon begin to increase rapidly in size and or quantity. I doubt it'll be long until the aliens launch a full-blown invasion. I don't like the sound of that. How long do we have? Weeks? A couple of months at most. I suggest you make the most of it. Please choose the location for your starting base. Alright, well, honestly, the best ways to go about this, I think there might be specific bonuses for where you plop them down at, but really the best ways you want to go, or the best things you want to do, is try to cover a wide area that's mostly land-based. So honestly, like, maybe plopping down up over here, you cover a pretty sizable chunk, because you're going to eventually have multiple bases and you're going to be plopping them all over. So, like, right there's not bad. Right there's not too bad. Over here's... like, I want to try to cover, like, all the edges. So, like, here's okay. Down here's fine. Over here's okay. But, like, probably better, like, here. And then I believe the extra, like, the other rings that are slightly more opaque would be satellite upgrades, maybe. So we would only have the initial inner circle, I think is how it worked. And then finally, one of the worst ones would be down here in Australia, New Zealand area. Or Japan and so on and so forth. So, we could plop down over here, or maybe over here. I mean, like, we have a lot of options. I'm probably just going to go North America. I want to see what bonuses they have, because I think they all have different bonuses. So my question, or my thought process is, do I want to go here, and then maybe plop another one down over here to fully cover it, or do I just try to make the most of it, like, right there? I think I'm just going to go right there. Yeah, North America's fine. How about base camp Pantalones? Oh, can't do it. Pantalones de Fuego? Nope. All right. North America. That's where we're going to go. Even though I think we're actually in Canada, maybe there? No, probably still in the U.S. It's pretty close. I think the U.S. border is like here-ish. I don't know. It's really close to the border between the two. All right, invasion analysis. This is going to be a little bit of a longer episode. I am waiting to get to the point where I can actually save the game and stop, and then we'll break it there, and then we'll, of course, continue down the line, as we'll have many more episodes coming. This is one that I do intend to play quite a bit in early access, because every time you play the game, it's still going to be just as difficult. You're not really going to be spoiling too much, and getting a bit of extra practice in while it's in early access is not necessarily a bad plan for when it finally does fully release and we can actually play it. All right. Hey, Commander. Seems like the covert stage of the invasion is coming to an end, so I'm officially handing over control of our organization to you. I'll still be here running day-to-day operations, but right now we need someone with military experience in charge. A quick primer on what you need to know. We're in surprisingly good shape, given recent events. We got the helicopter away with all of our civilian staff, our chief scientist included, although naturally he spent the entire flight complaining that we'd rescued his lab assistants instead of his research notes. Please resist the temptation to cause him bodily harm. The only thing worse than having him in charge of the research division would be not having him in charge of research division. The man is quite literally a genius and absolutely essential to the war effort. Your best chance of getting him to shut up would be to start recovering the research samples and specimens he wants, i.e. find some aliens, kill them, take their stuff, but I'll let you figure out the specifics for that particular topic. The eventual goal is to learn enough about the extraterrestrials to work out how to defeat them. But reverse engineering their technology might help even the odds in the meantime. There'd be poetic justice in using their own weapons against them. I'll take care of the political situation, provided you keep the global panic to a reasonable level. My agents can't operate if a region gets too paranoid, which means no funding, and alien influence goes unopposed. Lose too many, and I won't be able to stop tensions spilling over into nuclear war. Best get started, huh? There's coffee in the pot. All right. New research projects are available to study combat vehicles. Assign research project. Let's go take a peek. Your ceaseless interruptions do not enhance my productivity. Well, I guess this is the only thing we've got. Let's start the research on it. All right, we're back on the world map. Is there not a pause on the world map? It doesn't look like it. Now, granted, time passes still relatively slowly. You can see the shadowy outline happening, but I'm still medium concerned that I can't pause on the global map. I think that bothers me a little bit. I could have sworn that was something that we could do before. But that's neither here nor there. That's going to do it for our very first episode. In the next episode, we will dive in and play around a little bit more without the tutorials guiding us through bit by bit. Probably going to shoot down another alien scum and then go to the crash site and see what's up. That's my guess, but we'll see how it plays out. These are, I'm guessing, going to be various different bases. This is kind of the layout of what we have built here. This is for our... each building is going to take up various different places. Apparently the hangars take up 2. And then we have the satellite, our radar array. And then as stuff is built next to one another, like the living quarters here, I believe, we get extra bonuses for them being next to each other and so on and so forth. I'm pretty sure there's adjacency bonuses. Yeah, there is. All right, living quarters +4 to living capacity. This is a storeroom, storage capacity. This is going to be a workshop. This is going to be our science lab. So, yeah. And again, everything has adjacency bonuses, including, I believe, the radar array. Used to have adjacency bonuses. I don't know if it still does. And hangars don't. Nope, doesn't look like the radar array does. Interesting. Anyway, folks, like I said, that's going to do it for this episode. I really hope you guys enjoyed. We'll go through all the extra little things in the next episode. I know I kind of already did the closeout, sort of, and then I got distracted. I was like, ooh, shiny squirrel, you know, like one of those. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, exciting times. Xenonauts 2 is finally here. If you guys would like to be a part of our early access adventures, by all means, throw your name out to me in the comment section. And I will, as I create my soldier army of soldiers and army, I will throw people's names in there and change them up. And you guys can be a part of my squad that I hopefully don't get murdered immediately. But probably going to get murdered immediately. No, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Sign up down below. Comment section. Names. I will put you in. Yeah, that's it. If you guys want more information about the game, where to get the game, information on the developer, publisher, any of that stuff, all that information will be down below in the description of the video. If I didn't mention it, which I thought I did, but if I didn't mention it, a big shout out and a thank you to Goldhawk Interactive and Hooded Horse for actually hooking me up with the code for this. And yeah, we're here. We're ready. It's time. I'm excited. I'm eager. You should be eager. Let's get into this, folks. I've been your host, Bumpy McSquigums. Thanks so much for stopping by the Freak Show. We play, we fight, we conquer.